Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate and on this channel I talk about perfumes. So if this is something that you're into, then please subscribe. And today I want to talk about the best perfumes for winter. And I know that we're not quite in the winter yet. And I actually know that in the US the winter starts on December 23rd if I'm not mistaken. But I feel like everywhere else in the world it starts, December 1st. And when it's December, like it's winter, you cannot argue with that. You cannot say that December is fall. So please let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not. I think December is very, very wintry months and it gets really cold, and it's also very festive and all the decorations and things like that. So that's why I want to kind of put this video out earlier so you know what perfumes to try out for winter. And so let me start. And I want to start with the only full bottle that I have. And you know that I adore this scent because I have the full bottle. I barely have any full bottles. And the ones that I have, I kind of adore. So I really, really love this scent. And to me, it smells like the most delicious orange apple, not apple, like orange lemony type of pie, some kind of dessert. So in the opening, I smell definitely something orangey. And it smells like dough to me, like you've just took out like some kind of orange pie out of the oven and it smells so fresh, like freshly baked, it smells like dough, it smells like orange. It just smells so delicious and so comforting. This is like a quintessential sweater weather for me. It's like a sweater type of perfume and it lasts a long time on me and also lasts even longer on sweaters, and it's just very comforting, very cozy, very sweet but not too sweet. And yes, I think if you love Lyra, if you like bake, and if you like lemony type of perfumes, but you don't really love the lemons, then try this one because this one has blood orange, I think, instead of the lemon, and it makes it 100 times better because it lacks this like chemical lemony opening. It skips it completely because lemon is obviously not here. There's orange instead, and I think it goes so much better here than lemon. And so if citrusy gourmands are your thing, definitely give a Love&Crime a chance. And the next is the perfume that I recently fell in love with, and it's Rouge Smoking Extrait. So if you've watched my review on this perfume, you know that I used to hate the original, but when the Extrait came out, I ordered both samples of the original and of the Extrait, and I fell in love in both. And I was really surprised because I almost never go from like hate to love, and this happened to me. So I highly suggest trying the Extrait if you're into like darker type of cherries. So this perfume opens up with like something milky, something bright, and almost like cereal alike. It's very kind of milky and the gourmand opening, and I really love it. It reminds me of Serene by Fragrance du Bois. And then as the fragrance starts to dry down, more like deeper and heavier notes start to come out. I smell cherry, peru balsam, patchouli, vanilla. So it's very kind of like a darker take on the cherry. And if you like Cherry Smoke by Tom Ford, if you like Duquesa by Greedy, then you will like this scent also. I feel like it's safe to say. But just in case you're not a fan of this darker cherry profile, then try the original if you haven't yet, because this is like one of the most comforting cherry scents that I've tried, because a lot of cherries smell chemical, they smell unnatural, artificial, and just not good to be honest. But this one is the opposite. It smells, like a fizzy vanilla Coca-Cola. Very cool, very comforting, and perfect for like winter and fall. And so if you want something darker and something heavier, then try the Extrait, and if you want something lighter, more like happy, then try the original. The next perfume is Gourmand by Clive Christian, and I know this one is very expensive, but you can find it on discounters, and also you can get like a decant instead. So this perfume is like winter in a bottle for me because it opens up quite heavy with alcohol. It's kind of like very intense smell of rum, and as it starts to dry down, I noticed that like vanilla, maple, something like clovey, kind of like something spicy and mapley kind of coming out, and it's very unique type of smell, very interesting. It's very wintry, very festive, kind of like in a same realm as like Tobacco Vanille, because Tobacco Vanille also has this like spicy cloves, spicy like dried fruits and spices type of notes, and this one also has that. But this one is more like rum and the more like mapley versus tobacco vanilla. It's like, you know, tobacco, vanilla, and dried fruits and spices. So if you like tobacco vanilla but you want to try something slightly different but still in the same type of, you know, DNA, then definitely give Gourmand a chance, because I feel like it's perfect unisex fragrance for winter. It kind of reminds me of sitting by the fireplace in a ski resort and you're drinking something cozy, and it just, you know, smells amazing around you, and that's like the vibe that I get from this fragrance. So I highly suggest trying it because it smells very, very good. So if you love like gourmand fragrances but that are not too gourmand, then definitely give this one a chance. And the next perfume is Dates Delight by the House of Oud, and I think this is a very delicious date and cinnamon type of fragrance, because to me cinnamon definitely like overtakes the whole fragrance. I've told you guys before that cinnamon is the note that's kind of like it overtakes most of the fragrances for me. So if there's a note of cinnamon, then I'm definitely gonna smell mostly cinnamon and just a little bit of the other notes. So that was my dog, don't pay attention. So in this fragrance I predominantly smell dates, very syrupy, heavy type of dates, cinnamon, caramel, and vanilla. I don't really pick up on the rest of the notes because I feel like dates, you know, and cinnamon, they kind of steal like the show. And the dates, like I've said, they're very sweet, very syrupy, very caramelly. So you have to like gourmand to like this perfume. And I think it's very cozy also for the winter, very uplifting and very warming and comforting. So if you love dates and if you don't mind the cinnamon, like lots of cinnamon, then try Dates Delight. And the next perfume is also like the Extrait that recently came out, and it's Jardins the Misfah Extrait. And this is for the rose lovers, and of course for the lovers of the original Jardins de Misfah. But in case you haven't tried, it smells, you know, like rose, lots of dates, very also sweet and decadent. And if I'm not wrong, there is honey, there must be honey, because it's very, very sweet and slightly spicy due to the davana. And I don't really, you know, like I don't pick up the note of davana because I've never smelled it in my life, but I definitely pick up on the spiciness. So if you're like a fan of spicy, jammy rose, then try Jardins de Misfah Extrait. And if the original was too sweet for you, like I tried the original and it was very, very sweet, almost like too sweet for me, and so I wasn't a fan of that. This one is more fresh, more kind of dewy type of rose, you know. It's more fresh, it's just fresher, a lighter take on a rose, but it's still sweet, you know, and spicy. So if you love rose scents, then try Jardins de Misfah Extrait. And the next perfume was like also an unexpected like for me, and it's Smoking Hot by Kilian. So this is a very interesting perfume. It's not typical, and I think it's not a crowd pleasing scent and not everybody's gonna like, but it's so unique that I really wanted to mention it for you guys. So to me it smells very kind of bright in the opening and fruity, and I know there's a note of apple and it definitely smells like apple, and then something like minty coming out and something a little bit smoky. And the association I have with the scent is that somebody just came out of a club, smoked a cigarette, and now they're chewing a mint, like a minty gum, and you're smelling their breath, and they're also wearing like a leather jacket. So I know that this is a very weird and oddly specific description, but this is just the vibe that I get. It smells minty, it smells smoky, and but at the same time fruity, and like this kind of notes, you know, they give me the vibe of somebody who just smoked, because it's definitely smoky, and but it doesn't smell like hookah to me, because I hate hookah and I hate the smell of hookah. Like I feel like they're disgusting and artificial. So maybe I haven't tried the good ones, but I really don't like it. But this is not like that, you know. There is smoke, but it's not like a very smoky smoke, if you get what I like mean. It smells like somebody who smoked, but you know, it doesn't smell straight up like cigarettes. And so they're chewing this like kind of fruity, minty, appley gum, and that's the vibe that I get. Like I really like it. It's very unique, and I feel like it will open up beautifully in the winter, because it's the type of notes that they need to kind of breathe. I feel like they need crisp air to kind of fully open up. I don't really see it in the hot weather. So if you're looking for something smoky, fruity, a little bit minty, I know there's no mint, but maybe it's like the cinnamon that gives this like a spicy minty quality. So if you're looking for something like that, or if you want to just try something out because it's new and interesting, give Smoking Hot a chance. And the next fragrance is Blonde Amber by Clive Christian, and I know this fragrance has lots of fans, and I feel like this is perfect for the winter because it's very ambery, very vanillic, very like warming, you know, it's also a little bit boozy. So I feel like it's the perfect combination, and it's also perfectly unisex. I think it's gonna work amazing on both men and women, because I feel like truly this fragrance has no gender. Like it will go amazing on both men and women, like I've said. So to me, this fragrance smells like it's like a mix of aromatic, woody, and ambery in notes. Like it's kind of like very oriental for me, and there are so many notes, like I can, for the life of me I cannot remember them. So mostly I smell like in the opening something boozy, definitely boozy for sure, a little bit ambery, a little bit like balsamic and aromatic, and then as it straight down, the patchouli comes out. On my skin at least, it's like a lot of patchouli, but I feel like they're mixed very well with the vanilla and amber, so it don't completely overtake the fragrance, and it doesn't become too much patchouli, because I definitely know that some perfumes can be like too much patchouli. This one is not like that. And also I want to like see what other notes I pick up. So maybe I smell like a touch of cardamom, touch of like fruits, you know, but the rest of the notes I don't really pick up, because they're blended in so well that it's like almost impossible to pick out the like any definitive note, because I don't know, like there are at least 20 notes, so how are you supposed to do that really? So if you love the idea of, you know, like woody, aromatic, ambery, vanillic type of perfume, then definitely give Blonde Amber a chance. Last but not least is actually one of my favorites, and I don't have it unfortunately, but I tested it in the store and I had like a sample, and I really want to have a full bottle of this perfume, and it's Magenta Tanzanite by Armani. So this perfume smells predominantly like vanilla, tobacco, cardamom, and coffee, and I really love it because like the tobacco here is definitely sweet, and it's also dry, like dry tobacco, dry vanilla. It's very comforting scent, you know, and the cardamom is blended here super well because it doesn't overpower the fragrance. So I know that this perfume is compared to Starlight by Jardins, and also with Tobacco Vanilla by Tom Ford, and I feel like it's very true. It's very like appropriate to compare this perfume to the other two, and I feel like it sits right in the middle. So Magenta Tanzanite is less sweet and more spicy than the Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco Vanille is very sweet. It has lots of like dried fruits, you know, but it's not that spicy. Like there are kind of cloves and something sweet and comforting, but it's not spicy enough. So Magenta Tanzanite is, you know, less sweet and more spicy due to that cardamom, but it's definitely more sweet and less spicy than Starlight. Like I do not like Starlight because to me it smells like cardamom. That's pretty much the only note I pick up in this fragrance, and I'm not interested in smelling like cardamom for the full day because, you know, you eventually get sick of it. So the Starlight was not for me. I adore Tobacco Vanille, you guys know that, and so I feel like Magenta Tanzanite sits right in between of these two fragrances, and it's a beautifully blended fragrance. And if you like tobacco, like sweeter take on tobacco, and if you like vanilla and, you know, like a touch of cardamom, then definitely try Magenta Tanzanite because it's a beautiful wintry scent that I adore. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I really hope that it was helpful and that you were able to discover some new perfumes for yourself, and maybe you're gonna try something new that you know heard from this video. I really hope that you liked it, and also please let me know your favorite winter perfumes. I'm always on the lookout for new perfumes because, you know, I really love perfumes. So I'll be waiting for your comments, and so if you like this video then please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!